Hi there, this is Bridget from the Planner Speechy. Welcome. Today I'm going to lay down the base for the first full week of April. And I'm going to be using this kit from Linner Designs called Rose. This is a Titanic themed kit. This is the best art I've ever seen for this. I think I've seen one other art set and I did use it and it's not nearly as good. But I just love everything in this. Titanic was one of my favorite movies when I was tween, and so I'm going to have a lot to talk about for this plan with me. This is a printable kit, so I did print everything myself. So if you have any questions about this art, you should go to Linner Designs. She does sell printed versions of this, although she is on maternity leave right now, so you can't get those right now. But I love the art in this kit. It's just gorgeous. So those are all the other, like, this is all the full art. Then I did print this double box, which I'm going to use. Came with some extra checklists, extra full boxes, and then I had accidentally printed two. So I have doodles here that are color coded, and then I have some character designs that she does that come with all of her printed kits. So her printables are a little more expensive, and this is exclusive art to her shop, but I think they're worth it because you get a ton of stuff. So I printed this a while ago. I did have a custom script made from Plannahannah. This is in dark blue foil, and I can't remember the font name number of this, but it's the typewriter one she has. This was a font of the month that I got in a, what's it called? I got in an order. I have this character sheet from Once More with Love that has 84-year-old Rose on it. Or I guess she's like 101 or something. I can't remember now. I have this sampler from Kate Plans 24 from Carly Plans that matched the colors of this kit. I'm going to be pulling in this foil bundle from Scribble Prints Co. in royal blue with stars on it. So I thought that would be really cute. It did come with these underlays, but I'm not going to use these underlays. I'm actually going to use something different. So we have all these great icons and even more scripts. And then we've got the stars here and the date numbers. I have these underlays from Plannahannah in Blue Hollow Pebble called Under the Sea. So these are bubbles. And then I'm going to lay those on top of navy solid underlays. So I'm really excited about how this is going to look because this is going to be amazing. So I technically have 3 different foils with this kit. I have this sampler that's left over from Carly Plans in gold glitter that I thought would also match the colors of this kit. So I have so much to work with. This plan with me is going to, base laydown is going to take a minute. So let's get, and I'm going to have to do extenders for a lot of things here. So let's get into it. I'm just going to move the things that I don't need right away off to the side. I only need one of these. I don't remember why I printed 2. I think it was an accident. I didn't mean to print 2, so I just cut everything. Okay, so I need this. I don't need the flags. I'm gonna save the deco. I need this. I don't need that. And I need this. So I have, let's see, 8. Well, I'm not using this box, but I have, all right. So 8, 9, 10. And then I have this. I don't have a tall box for some reason. And I'm not sure if there was a tall box and I just didn't print it, but I think I'm gonna have enough. So I'll just move these for 1 second off to the side because I wanted to do something like this where I had the double box there. And then I have one of the scenes here like that. And then I'll do the other scene on this side with one of these. And then I can do up the side. This is going to be the one at the top. So on the side, I can do, I'll do the grand staircase. So 1, 2, 3. And then on the side, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't really need this one. And so maybe I won't use it. But that's kind of my plan. And then on the other side of this, I'm going to use these full boxes here paired with the check boxes, which I will cut down just to fill out the space. Might actually use one of these on that side and do it like that. But okay, so first off, I'm going to put down the washi, and we can zoom all the way in for that. So I was very obsessed with Titanic when the movie came out, but I was actually obsessed with ship disasters well before that. When I was a kid, I was really into maritime disasters. Titanic was the most famous one, but there were other ones I was interested in. And I don't know what that says about me, but when I was a kid, I really wanted to be the person that was in submersibles. And I always dreamed of one day being able to go down and see the Titanic. Now, obviously, there's been some horrific news about the people that experienced that horrific death. Do I want to do the big stars on the top of the design? No, we'll just do, oops, that's the wrong one. We'll just do these. So yeah, craziness, craziness. All right, so there's the blue foil, and then we'll do the stars on the bottom. And I picked stars because the name of the ship line is called the White Star Line. And there we go. So I thought it was fitting. I'm laying this down. This actually is the week before the anniversary of the Titanic, but this will be the 100 and, let's see, 112th year? 103rd? I don't know. Somebody will have to do the math for me. Okay. And so I want to do this, which means, and I'm trying to remember how I did this last time. I think what I have to do is put underlays down. And then the underlays also come down here as well. And then I do like the flip up, but I think I cut them in half. I think that's how I did it before. So I definitely know I'm going to do underlays right there. So let me just grab 2 of these sheets. I really hope this looks good, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be very sad. Okay. So there's the first one. And let's do this and see how this looks. I kind of wanted it to look like the bottom of the ocean. Wow. That's pretty dark and scary. Oh man, there's so many pinks in this kit that like this is actually very terrifying. Eep. But that's okay. I think it's gonna look great. I probably could have just done this, but she's extra, you know, she's really extra these days. This is my hobby that's keeping me sane, so we're just gonna go with it. So this movie came out in 1997. I had just turned 11. It was a blockbuster film, and I was visiting my cousin in Indiana over Christmas, and she was like, let's go to the movies and let's go see Titanic. And I was absolutely terrified to see it because I knew a lot about the Titanic already. I knew how horrific it was. I knew the stories. I knew all of these things that, because I'd read all these books. And yeah, so I wasn't sure that I wanted to do this with my cousin, but my older cousin was like, no, come on, don't be a chicken. It's gonna be fine. And I wanted to impress her. So I was like, let's go. So we went, and it was crazy. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. So this is the last time that Titanic ever saw daylight, I think is what they... Look at the art. They've got this like deep purple here. It looks so cool. So that's pretty awesome. And then we'll just do these right here. Yeah, my original goal was to do this all in like the order of the film, but I decided let's do it the way it looks aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, that's pretty badass. I like that. Okay, the blue looks really neat too because it's sort of iridescent. So I saw this movie in theaters with my cousin, and I couldn't believe how cheap the movie tickets were. You got like refillable popcorn. They were showing this movie, and the movie theater was pretty full. I remember that being like interesting. It was full of teenage girls, which should have been a tip-off. But I was worried because I was not 13 and it was a PG-13 movie. And my cousin had just turned 13. So technically we weren't allowed to be, I wasn't allowed to go to the movies unless I had someone who was older than 21 in there with me. But this was a small rural movie theater, and I think they just didn't really care, and they were just excited to have people spending money at the movies. So nobody questioned it. But yeah. And it was a 3-hour movie, and it had an intermission. I remember that. They don't really talk about this, but the movie was based heavily off of the plan for Gone with the Wind. And Gone with the Wind, of course, had the outro, the intro, all these different musical interruptions and breaks. But this was the first time I'd ever been to the movies, and I'd seen a movie this long where there was an intermission. So that was pretty intense. And I was excited for it, but I was also like, I had to go to the bathroom and I didn't want to miss anything. I think my cousin went to the bathroom multiple times and I stuck it out for like the majority of it. So I'm going to put these on top here and just go with this. But I remember every minute of it that first time. And I remember like having the first crush of my life on Leonardo DiCaprio. And I laugh now because I think at the time I was so sad that I was like too young to date him. And then years later when he started dating Blake Lively, who was I think a year, ooh, look, at my finger from the foil. That's really kind of wild. Just want to make sure it doesn't come off on anything else. That's a little crooked, but I'm not gonna kvetch about it. Double tap. So anyway, okay. Let's put that down. Smooth it out. I think it's coming off of the Blue Hollow Pebble actually, but anyway, it was so good. I loved it. The excitement, the romance. It was great. And there actually, I was like whispering historical accuracies to my cousin, and she was, I think, really impressed that I knew so much. She was like, what? So, okay, anyway. These are the, and actually, do I want a color block? I don't want a color block. So I'm going to hold off on these for just a second. I'm going to come back to this page in a minute. But let's do this page. Just for my own sanity. I need to like save the hard stuff for the end. Hard stuff. It's planning, Bridget. Like, how hard is it? Not hard. Okay? It's not hard. Okay. But this washi has like the heart of the ocean and Titanic and rose and hearts. It's so cheesy. I love it. It's so cheesy. I just leave like a sliver of white in the middle. All right. We've got the White Star line is down. Just a little bit of star sparkle right here. I was also obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I found out that we had the same birthday. And when you are a teenage girl and the so quote unquote love of your life has the same birthday as you believe that it's fate. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put them right here, right like that. I'm flying. Woohoo! She looks so happy. But I had seen Kate Winslet in Sense and Sensibility when I was a little younger. And I was obsessed with Sense and Sensibility. I loved it so much. So to see her in this was like the best. But I remembered being very jealous of Kate Winslet. Okay, and I guess I'm gonna do, which one? I think I said I wanted to do the Grand Staircase on the bottom. Because Monday is an uphill climb, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is. Okay. And now I can just put these in with reckless abandon. So let's do that. Okay. What else? So I saw this film with my cousin, and we started a like long AOL chat relationship where like she and I would trade information back and forth. I started recording everything I could on VHS that was showing up about Titanic. Remember, this is well before the days of YouTube. I actually bought a bootleg version of the movie off the street. My mom bought it for me. It was 2 VHS tapes. And the quality of it was not great, but I think I still have those VHS tapes somewhere in my parents' house, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, so that was kind of hilarious. I saw it in the movie theater 3 times, which was a lot. That's the most I'd ever seen any movie. My mother used to tell me when she was a teenage girl, she went and saw A Hard Day's Night, and she'd just stay in the theater and see it every day for like 20 times a week or something. And I believe it. You know, when you don't have TV and you find something you like as a teenage girl, it's like easy to hyperfixate. But anyway, so I was obsessed. And there's really, so I remembered the name Robert Ballard because he was the person who discovered the Titanic at the bottom of the ocean and Woods Hole and all of that. I wanted to work in the maritime field. I wanted to go in submersibles. I wanted to discover things. And I thought for a very long time about going to Annapolis for college, even though my father was Mennonite. It's like, you know, you just don't do those things. All right. I am going to start at the top. I'm going to do Titanic all the way up at the top. Well, actually, I usually do this from the bottom. Oh, great. And now I don't have a choice. Okay. So we'll see how far we get. But let's go this way. So since I'm not color blocking, ooh, well, that's not good. It's like half of it's missing. But and I think I was gonna go. So the pink and the blue are based on this dress that Rose wears during the sinking. And then I think the green and the dark blue are supposed to represent the color of the water as the ship goes down, which is pretty intense, but carefully chosen pictures. So here. This did not cut well. I cut a lot of these a while ago also. And I worry sometimes about the stickiness of kits. Like, do they get less sticky? I don't know. But anyway. So we've got those. So going back to my obsession, I watched every documentary. My favorite was this one from AMC. I did a lot of that. And there we go. Those colors are odd. Like, I should have alternated them maybe a little more, but all right, so we did pink, and now we'll do blue, light blue. Oh, that's crooked. There we go. Okay. Green. there were all of these weird, I remember taping Oprah when all the actors were on. I knew all the ins and outs of the behind the scenes stuff. I was obsessed. And I wonder, I think I did pretty well considering I was like an 11, 12-year-old girl just taping things off of regular TV. I didn't have cable or anything. There was no YouTube. Wow, that's really crooked. How did I do that? Right? That's crooked too. Okay. And let's see. Oh yeah, I have to put these on because I think some of this is going to be covered up anyway. But let me get this part of it right. Okay. Pink. All right. And then we'll go back to this. And oof. That's really bad. Can I salvage this at all? Probably not. All right, it'll be okay once I put the thing on it. And then I'll do this. Nice. And the next one is this one. See how it's coming off? It's like hard to rip. That. And then I need two more. And of course they're both very wordy, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, and then I need the blue, light blue. Wait, that's crooked. All right. And then the last but not least, the pink coat. So cute. Okay, I'm obsessed. That worked really well. And I have this extra box, which I'm never going to use because I'm going to use the big box. All right, so this is where it gets a little tricky because I need one of these. So I need this big thing. I'm going to use this. Stick that here for a second. Tap, tap. I could do it this way where I do it like the long way, and cut this in half like that. I think so. I'm just gonna cut like, let's see, how long do I need to keep going? Like that. A little more. And then go up like that. So then I'm gonna do separating these is always hard. Okay, so this is my sheet. If it's gonna flip up like this, I want it like that. And then it's gonna go down like this. See? And then it goes up like that. And I need to fill in this space. So first thing I want to make sure is that it goes to the right spot. So it's going to go like that. And then, oh no. Well, I have another one if I really mess this up. There we go. So now I have to cover this whole thing up all the way up to the top. And this has to be, so I'm going to cut this in half. So this part is one of these. So these get cut in half like so. So it's going to be like that and that. And then I have to fill these up with other things. So I'm going to do this one up to, whoa, whoa. All right. I'll go like, ooh, that's not centered. It's gonna have to do, oh man, that I hate, but I can't lift that up. That's gonna be too hard to lift up. And then I can do like, do I have another one? I have that, but that's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna go, this is the wrong way to do this, people. Like if you're watching, do better. Do better than me. Okay, so then you have that, right? Like that. And then I just need something for here. And so I feel like I can use that's sticking out over the edge too. I'm just gonna cut that right there. Like that. Oops. Oh my gosh. That looks truly terrible. And then we'll do this. Get it all the way to the edge. Cut. That. I'm going to cover this up with stickers anyway. Okay, and then let me just actually let me lift that up. That needs to be trimmed even further because it's gonna stick to the bottom and make it like that, yeah. All right. Oops. Okay. Because now it's not going to go down flat. There we go. And I need to trim that part away. That's better. And then this at the bottom. Okay. And now it should work. Okay. And now the only thing I've left to do is cut this in half and put it on the top. So it's gonna go there. And I might actually trim just a little off the bottom and out. We're gonna put that right there, and then it's gonna go up, and then like so. Okay, double tap. That was so much work. All right, and now we gotta do it again. Whoa, that was crazy. Well, it's not gonna matter too much. It's gonna show a little bit on the bottom there, but that's okay. And then for this one, make sure I cut this right. I'm gonna cheat and do it from the bottom, like that. And then like that. And go down here for the remainder. And there we go. Double tap. Okay. So it's not perfect by any means, but it is definitely a cool use of the stuff. Now I've got all of our full boxes. And now I can put the rest of the foil on. So we have these really nice White Star Line ones. So we can put those there. The big stars. And cool. Okay. Those. And now I can do the other ones. Oh, that's weird. So it took the this part off too. Let's just do it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. It's taking the whole edge off. Like it didn't cut right or something. It happens. Okay. Get off. All right. Okay. Now I have all these little stars on top. Okay. It's starting to look cool. Whoa. Stars. All right. And now let's do these. I like that the dark blue is showing up on all of them though. That looks nice. Whoa, what happened there? They got stuck together. That's okay. And I only need 6 more. So I'm actually gonna have a lot left. Try to take a bunch off at once. It's a little easier to pull them, but okay. And that one's gonna look a little funny because it has the thing on it, but it's okay. It's close enough in foil color that it's not gonna make a huge difference. And then we have that. Okay, nice. So those are the headers. Now let's do the, I'm not gonna use these underlays. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 overlays, but I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'm gonna have to use deco for those. So let's do, use this for the like real box, like the top box there. And then the tricky thing is like for the scenes, I don't really want to have stars in their face. So I could just use the deco and do like stars on the corners. Put that right there. You know what I could do is I could cut this in half like that. And what I'll do is put them on the edge. Of course, now I have my fingerprints all over them, but that works. That's cute. I like cheated. So I'll just do that for this. Little thing on the edge here. That way it doesn't get in the way of the beautiful artwork. Like that. That's cute. So then the rest of this, just use the whole sheet. That. And I'll do that, and then that. And then I have a full sheet of overlays left. That. Double tap. So then I'll have like, basically, could use this again for a whole other kit. Should be kind of nice. And then over here, I'll just do big star deco, like in the corners here. If they'll come off. Do like that. That. Just stars everywhere. Okay, so that looks cute. And then under here, we're just gonna leave those alone. They don't get underlays. All right, and so it's weird to put like weekend over like a dead dude. But, all right, so now go back over here and we'll use these. I'm gonna use these date covers. So I have, this is Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I feel like I did that a little crooked, but and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that is the full double tap on that. And then at this point, it will be April. So and I guess I can use, let's see, there anything from here? Maybe the heart of the ocean? Like that, and then I'll just do April. And this will be April. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Very good. Okay. And then, do I want to do deco? Sure. Let's do. There's not a ton of deco for this kit because it repeats a lot. But okay. On this side, do this guy. And it starts to repeat. And then down here, actually not going to do because Okay. And I don't have any reinforcers, which is the only thing that I'm like really sad about. But there we go.